Hey, how you guys doing? So we're now on the ninth episode of Love Live Superstar, so we don't have a whole lot left, but as normal after this episode, or if you're ready to watch it, go ahead and click in the description where you can vote in a poll where we'll rank the girls from 1 through 5 for Liella to see who is the favorite after this episode. We've been seeing the trend of Kanon being very dominant and being number 1 for quite some time, but we'll see if this episode changes, as it likely will change potentially. At least for me, it might have changed a little bit. So let's go ahead and jump to the episode. So this episode starts and we see Cuckoo looking at her phone, which of course says Love Live, and she's freaking out, which, kind of like what Hanyo has done before. And then we see this scene. I feel like some people might take advantage of this scene. You might know if you've seen a lot of anime memes, but she goes and takes this X-Acto knife and go ahead and celebrates Love Live is starting. And all the girls are wondering, what is this? But as we know, this is Love Live. And you can see that she's really excited, and they try to explain what it is and where it's happening, which is going to happen in a big dome, which it's going to have a lot of people there, which of course is going to get a certain person very excited, because she thinks she can get a lot of fame for this, which honestly you can. We've seen the previous groups participate and get a decent amount of fame here. I don't know if it's going to be a Galaxy Fest, but we can see that it's going to be very good. So then, one thing they noticed, these girls noticed that Ren is actually wearing the same uniform as that, which was the general chorus uniform, but now it looks like the chairwoman decided that any girl can choose either outfit, I guess. So I guess you can see them in either one, but I guess they're going to just go with that outfit for most girls here. But I guess that way they're not like doing segregation, or I don't know, by outfits. But anyway, that's what it is. And we see Cuckoo do this face, which just makes me think of the Kotri and Yo face you might have seen before. Just that's what it reminded me of. But then the girls kind of talking about they don't really have a chance perhaps getting into Love Live, and Cuckoo is like, we don't really have a chance. Some of these girls are a little bit more optimistic about that, but they just don't feel like they have a great chance. And I'm having Ren like she might be able to be the composer, and then Cuckoo, when she is taking a look at the application form, she notices one major flaw that they're missing. This also kind of reminds me of the Hanyo face again, but they notice that they are missing the group name, which they don't have. So this episode is talking about what is your name. So we're going to be focusing on trying to figure out the group name for here. And they were kind of just going with the Yuigaoka School Idols, which I guess is not false, but not a good name here. So then Cuckoo decides to take a bit of their first names, which comes to Keke Kasu, which, that's a mouthful and they don't like it, which, yeah, it kind of doesn't work. And then she thought that was really fixate on circles, and I guess call them Marumara, because that's what circle means in Japanese, and I guess Hanamaru would definitely approve of that. But she goes and explaining, everything's a circle. There's so many things in circles, like Mamaru, which style has circles, Zero's a circle, blah blah, everything's a circle. So basically, I guess she's a big fan of circles, and she wants Wu to be named that. And then we see Ren, who's trying to write some name ideas, but she gets a little bashful about it. It's hard to read it, so I'll rotate it. So there's things like Twinkle Star, Absolute Space Time, Dazzling Sisters, Maiden Loop, and just 9. Very interesting names, I would say. And then you go ask Kanon, and Kanon's like, why don't we just go with Yuigaoka School Idols? Is that not okay? And I'm like, no, that's boring. Which, yeah, to be fair, who would ever name a group just the School Idol Club? So then it's up to Suminia to save the day, and then she tries to give a suggestion, and then Kuku's like, no, I got it. A suggestion box. Just like literally every idol before him, they're going to do a suggestion box where they can put in names and take their favorite out of it. But also, like almost every other idols, they didn't get a great suggestion, so they end up getting 0 here. So they were just like, now what do we do? So they asked Sunny Passion how they got it, and they got from their fans. So the question is, are they going to get from fans? Who knows? But they decided that one thing they should be working on is live streaming. But Ren, who I guess is a strawberry, doesn't know what live streaming is, and she kind of thinks it has to do with rivers because streams, I guess. So these girls go over and try to do a practice live stream, which actually is a live stream. There will be comments, and Ren's very new to this, and she gets very shy and timid, especially when she sees people comment as she is doing live streams, and she's quite unprepared for this. But honestly, I kind of find this cute. She's reacting in such an acute manner in a way, and I don't know, I kind of like that. But then these girls decided they're going to do another set of live streams with all of them together, but they are all disjointed and not acting as kind of a cohesive group. and you kind of see that they're all trying to do their own thing here, where you got like circles from Chisato and the other girls, you know, doing Kusoku Mushi with the giant isopod and such. Honestly, it's a huge mess and didn't exactly go very well. And then they decided that they're going to try to practice, but it didn't go so well, especially because they don't have lyrics or the choreography or anything. And they're asking, you know, kind of like, can you do it? But Kano has been struggling trying to get lyrics for a song, and you know, they don't even have a melody yet either. And she's like, I'm going to try to draw it off the group, but what is our group exactly? And then Suma's like, well, our group is obviously Galaxy, because that definitely makes sense. So they decided they have no choice but to do one thing, and that's to lock her up and just make her do it. You know, kind of like the way I was forced to study. And kind of doesn't seem to be very successful with that. But then she finds a nice warm bed, which that's a definite temptation I can really relate to. When she jumps into bed, and then she finds their friends obviously not happy about that, so they decide to stare at her. But then she decided to point it out around Galaxy, I guess, to distract them. But then she runs away, and then she decided she lies to try to get away from them and saying she actually got it figured out, but it didn't go so well. But you know, Kano is doing her best trying to make this work. So then she decided she's going to skip practice because after a little while she finally got an inspiration that she might be able to figure out some lyrics and the name of the group. So following this will start a montage of them practicing and her trying to figure out how she gets the group. But before I explain that, basically they will have an insert song, Dreaming Energy. This song already existed. This was a part of a previous album that we had, so it's not a new song, but I'll give you a 10-second preview in case you don't know what it sounds like. So let's go listen to that preview. But during that montage, there's a few main things I want to point out. So first, you get to see a little bit of their father, which he has like a translator, and he has a bunch of books in different languages. But the one important one she pulls out is the French one, which you can see her looking at that because that will explain where their name comes from. So then she finishes the lyrics, and she also is going to tell them the name Liella. What the heck does that mean? Well, there's a French word, lier, I think L-I-E-R, which means to connect. And with that, with a combination of another word, they get that because the other word is bria, I believe, from Spanish. So bria plus leer gets you liella, and bria is like brilliant or bright or something, I think it was. So the combination of that gets liella. So it kind of goes on the idea that they're going to connect with other idols and with each other. So that's why it fits. Okay, but anyways, these girls seem to like the name Liella. So then I guess Cuckoo does this, and she has this ready in an instant because logic. Yeah, okay. So then she proclaims a name and she submits the entry, and that'll be the end of this episode. So now we have another ending with a combination of girls. I think it's all the girls from what I can tell. And then we have the preview for the next song. We get to see Ren in these shades. Very interesting. And I guess they're going to be in a theater here? Movie theater? I can't tell. And last but not least, we have Ringing. This one is going to be sung by Cuckoo. We already had this one before, but now it's Cuckoo singing. So let's get a preview of this version of Ringing.
僕は僕って人は人さマイペースになんとなく広がるもやもやまた今日もちょっとずつさ進む旅小さな鐘が
So, what do you think of this episode? So we did get Dreaming Energy, not a new song, but I guess it's an instant song. We had this before. I don't know, I guess cool, beats nothing. And then we also got another version of Ringing, but you know, no new song that was revealed in this episode. But still, a nice episode, especially that goes a little bit more into the detail of how the name was formed rather than, oh, it's now a thing, I guess. But, I don't know, pretty interesting. But they didn't really fully explain it because there was also the other part. It's a little bit different of an explanation than the official explanation was given. But nevertheless, I definitely said I enjoyed this episode, and seeing more of Ren has really gotten me to like Ren more, especially how the way she interacts with certain situations and with technology and the live stream. I just found that kind of cute. But let me know what you guys think about this episode in the comments below. Did it change your opinions of any of the girls? What do you think of the name process? Did you like any of the other names that they offered? Did you like those more? Hopefully it's not just 9 or Q, which it was. I don't know, maybe you thought they were better, but I guess Liella's probably the best one out of them. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to catch you guys in another video soon.